Hey, Kaz. Hey, guys.
Hello, my lovely Ma. How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, my elderly cats, you're
Hey,
awake.
Pamela.
Hi,
Hi,
Pamela.
elderly cats. I need to get the book club back up.
Yeah, my elderly cats, it's early, isn't it? It's even earlier for you than it is for me.
The
The
what?
things I do for this woman.
Please. You're up every morning like a rooster.
That's beside the point.
I mean, I know that I have to wait till 4:30 in the morning your time I can contact you.
Don't tell everybody.
Hey, Pamela O. How are you doing?
That's Pam, not
Hey,
not Pamela. Oh,
Blue.
you goose.
So, we're talking about Justin and Harmony. I really thought that Kayla was talking. I thought yesterday was going to be a big day.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that there would be some finality to Harmony's case. But from what that has been published on the media, um, they haven't said that they've found anything of real substance. They have found things that have gone to be investigated, but they've not said that they've found any human remains. So, hey, Kathy, how are you, sweetheart?
Hey, Kathy.
So, it's sad in some respects, but it still holds out a little bit of hope, but not much.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I mean, she has a lot to lose, though, with
yeah,
the kids and the monster father of her children, well, the two little ones.
yeah.
Because she has the older one is from her first husband,
Yes.
the older boy. Hey, Jess.
Hey, Boo, how's your monkey? How's your little monkey? Is she doing okay?
What monkey?
Oh, that's Jess's daughter. She calls Monkey. Didn't you know that's her nickname?
Oh,
Yeah, her name's Monkey. She's beautiful, Ma. She really is.
little monkey.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
We'll
Just
get
like the
into
mum.
we'll get into the conclusion of Harmony and what they said, and we'll touch on that at the very end. I really thought I was going to be driving 2 hours to Manchester to. I really thought that she was talking. Like I was almost convinced that she was that they did a plea with her because of how close it was after she got arrested the second time.
Yeah. Hey, Shredder.
Hey Shredder, your little mascot will be back soon. I forgot
Yeah.
to upgrade my stream yards, and then I'm like, oh Kaz, look, can I do it while I'm live? And she's like, no, just do it later.
And blame it on me.
It's always your fault. So let's
I
talk
know.
about Justin.
Now, Shredder, can I just. There's two things that buzzing noise was. It was either one, I loaned something to Ma that I sent in the post, or two, it was Ma's generator.
Yeah,
Which was it? Option one or option two? It was
yeah.
option two.
My microphone was grabbing the buzz off the generator because it was so close to the house. So I took my sprained ankle and the other day talking to Kaz on the
Oh,
cam, and
oh,
I drugged the generator 30 feet away, and then I did the summer video, and I'm like, Kaz, can you hear it? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, thank God it's gone. I
yeah.
know. Yeah, she is Shredder. Shredder's little Aurora went to the Rainbow Bridge. But we have her on camera, Kaz.
We do.
We have her on stream. Okay, let's talk about Justin Rounds
Yeah.
and the
No, Dylan,
players.
darling, Dylan.
I mean, Dylan Rounds. I keep saying his father's name. I know, I know. And his
Yeah,
grandpa Larry.
yeah.
The backcountry streaming. You got it, girl. This is how you stream off grid.
This is
But the
right.
good news is that we finally, the problem was with the electric is we couldn't find a 110 RV, some outlet box. They were like out everywhere. But somebody that's going to come over and have it on by the end of this week happened to have a spare box, and he's a CMP electrician. So that's taken care of.
Yay!
So the
No more
generator should be gone
generator.
by next weekend. And the $6 a gallon that goes in it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. But we'll be in the apartment soon because you know what's going on as far as we missed the first waiting list moving. So now we're
Yeah.
waiting for the second moving. All right, guys. What do you guys think about what happened to Justin? I mean, Dylan. I did that on purpose to make you aggravate. Dylan Rounds.
Yeah, well, this is a really, really, really mysterious thing. Okay, let me give you some facts on young Dylan.
Hey, Bridget
Dylan
Jones.
Dylan is a very, very level-headed 19-year-old boy who is a person of,
He's like the boy you want to marry your daughter.
oh, absolutely. And he does the same thing all the time. He he gets he gets up, goes to work, he works till he's absolutely tired as anything. He goes home, he eats, he sleeps. He doesn't party. He doesn't do drugs. He's the all around farmer boy, and this
Mm-hmm.
farming is his life. So for him to disappear of his farm on his own reconnaissance is not on.
Mm-mm.
He's just about finished sowing his seed for his crop, and for him to, no,
Sad.
I don't think he had a accident. It's too early in the morning. I don't think he had an accident, um, and I don't think he left on his own. This is, I'm going to give you the timeline, and this is fact. This is not hearsay. This
No,
is
this is
fact.
out of Candace's mouth, his
Its
mother.
own
She's
mouth. All right.
and
On
let's
the
drop the link too because that interview on what is it, Sleuth Mom?
Yeah, Sleuth
That was a
Mom,
great.
guys, you've got to go over and watch her channel. She's always fact based.
Yeah, she's awesome. That
She
interview with
is
Dylan's mom was
absolutely,
great.
yeah. She's really really good. I'll drop the link in a sec. She did the first interview pretty much with Candace, which is Dylan's mom, and Dylan's mom is all about the facts. She doesn't like speculation. She wants to make sure that she gets um, the facts out there because, in Candace's own words, if she doesn't stick to the facts, she'll lose the plot. So, she's got to be facts based. So, this is what Candace has confirmed. On May 25th, Dylan gave Chase a ride. Now, for those who don't know, Chase is the man that came up to Dylan's car all blooded up and in disarray and confused and needed a lift into town. Now, what caused him to be that,
But Kaz,
we won't
wait.
speculate because,
I
you
thought
know,
Candace though said in the interview that if it was Chase that was coming up that day on the car, how come he didn't say it was Chase instead of saying that it was some strange guy that was barefoot?
yeah, but it has now been confirmed it was Chase.
And Chase has been arrested on other charges, and he's
Correct.
in.
And that's all been sorted.
Yes, Ogden,
On
Utah.
Correct. On May 26th was the last time Dylan's debit card was used, and that was at the Saddle Saw Bar in Montello.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this part is questionable because this person, Kurt, keeps changing his story. But Kurt, a so called friend of Dylan, said he was at the Montello Bar on this night, on the 27th of May, but this now has come under question. On May 28th.
Kaz, why don't you show what you're reading so they what are you looking at his timeline
These are
from
my
Sleuth?
own notes. No, these are my own
Ah,
notes.
okay.
On May 28th, there was a phone call made at 6:51 a.m. with Grandma, Dylan's grandma Karen, and the phone pinged at the
Hey
farm.
DJ. No shredder. It's like we're gonna show you on map, okay? Because
No, he
Lucin,
doesn't drink.
yeah, Lucin is an old railroad town that was founded by like four people, and when we tell you there's not even a gas station, it is desolate.
Yeah,
We're gonna show you. We found this property. We know all about everything. We'll show you guys in a few minutes.
yeah. Um, on May 29th, because Dylan always used to ring somebody. It was either Justin, his father, Candace, his mum, or his grandma Karen, or JD, his best friend. Somebody always heard from him on a day.
Mm-hmm.
And when they realised nobody had heard from him, especially when Dylan had spoken to his grandmother at in the afternoon at 3:41 p.m. and he said to his grandma that he couldn't talk to her because he knew rains were coming and he wanted to get his seed truck in the shed to stop the grain. Sorry, not the grain, the seed getting wet, because if the seed gets wet, it will cause it to germinate and it would spoil. And he said he promised Karen, his grandmother, that he would call her back. That didn't occur. So Grandma
Let me mute
called
this. Sorry.
Don. Now, Don is a person that um, would often go over and help Dylan, but Dylan didn't get on with Don very
Mm-mm.
well.
And the rumor in the beginning was that Don was a partner with Grandpa, and that
But that is not correct.
they were
That's
running the
been
farm together.
disputed. Yeah. So,
But then we know that Dylan fired Don 2 weeks before he went missing.
correct. 3 weeks before he went missing. Um, Don goes over to the farm, Dylan's farm, 2 times. The first time he goes over there alone. The second time he goes over with another guy called Jim. Jim also used to help over there as well. Then on the um, then Candace decides she's coming. She's coming down, and it's not that far from where Candace lives to the farm. About a 2-hour drive from Idaho Falls. So she gets down there, and on the way down there, she rings law enforcement. That's still on up on the screen, and she officially notifies law enforcement that Dylan is missing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
as with Naomi Iriams, law enforcement doesn't seem to take this really seriously, which is wrong. Law enforcement have got to stop doing this. Um, they've got to take it seriously. You know, they think, oh, he's 19, he's gone off on his own, gone to party, because that's what 19-year-olds do. No, you're wrong. Not all
Yeah,
19-year-olds are,
not
party
this one.
animals.
No, he was a creature of habit too. Like even with the shoes and the dark
Yeah,
flannels and the dark shirts and
yeah. He wore one pair of boots until they fell off his feet. And he
yep.
always wore the same brand. And his mum used to have to scour the internet to find this one particular brand of boots.
And she
Because
saved
he only
them.
And yep, she saved every single pair of boots that he started wearing from the age of 3. And
The
she uses
boots,
them for decoration, for Pete's sake.
but these were boots that were found 5 miles away behind a dirt pile with evidence on them that were thrown into the back of a sheriff's car. And how many days were they in there? No
Um,
bag
yeah, well, they're actually boots were found 5 miles from the campsite, but they're
to the
actually
east.
100 yards away from the grain, where the grain truck, not, I keep saying grain truck, the seed truck
Mm-hmm.
was situated, and it was behind a mound of dirt. And how they knew they'd been discarded is law of physics proves that if you throw a pair of boots They will always land with the top of the boots pointing away from each other because the soles are heavier than the tops of the boot. So they will always land facing with the tops facing away from each other.
Yes,
So that's
DJ.
how they were found.
I think that the confirmation on the date is the 28th.
Yeah, that's when he was
First it
last
was the
seen.
26th, then it was the 27th. Then Kurt was telling mom that he's being held in Montello, and
Oh, yeah, that's
there's four
ludicrous.
players as far as I'm concerned in this game. And I think Chase and his father Don know exactly where this poor boy is.
It's ludicrous. This guy, Kurt, made this stupid allegation to his mum and dad that he was being held in a house in Montello, Nevada. And of course, when the parents get told this stupid information, of course, Candace and Justin, which are Dylan's parents, ring the police, uh, the Elko County Police in Nevada, and say, look, we just received information from this person saying our son's being held against his will in this house. So Elko County didn't even know Dylan was missing because he's been missing from Utah, not from Nevada. So this was the first time Elko County getting involved in the case. So Candace and Justin say, look, if you don't go and look for my son, we're going to do, we're going to go look and take matters into our own hands. So Elko Canty get involved and go and look. And of course, he wasn't there. It was just a stupid, stupid thing to tell
Hey,
somebody's parents who are
Benton.
missing.
Hey, Justice Jenny. But everything
Yeah,
seems to
Jess,
be
it's a
5 miles
different,
east of the farm.
yeah,
Then there was a
it,
problem with the water, but she said no, he has a deep well.
yes, he does. Yeah. Jess, it is a Don, but it's a can. It's not a Candace. It's a
But
Candice.
guys, we found the property. It took a while to find
Yeah.
the 640 acres. But it's like centered in between of all other properties. It's like even over the highways except for a couple of patches that the state owns. Like you literally have to go through people's land to get into your lands.
Oh yeah.
So you have to wonder, was it a fight for the land or was Don mad that he fired him? I'm convinced that Don and Chase know what happened. I know Jim was arrested too, right?
Yeah.
On
Both
unrelated
Don
charges.
and Jim were have been arrested and released on old warrants. Candace does not know if they were interrogated. Hey, GB. Um,
HEB, she said the last interview that as far as she knew, Don hadn't even been questioned yet. But that was a
correct.
couple of days ago.
Yeah. I mean, and what I find is so unprofessional is
Oh, here comes
is
the bee. Oh. Hang on,
oh,
guys. I got a big old bee here. I'm going to go get rid of
she's
this
got a
thing. Hang on.
bumblebee in the in the
Actually, it's a
camper.
wasp. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Oh, even worse. Yeah, what I found really weird is Box Elder Sheriff, and this is going to blow your mind. Box Elder Sheriff's wife contacted Dylan's mum via Facebook and to ask her questions or to tell her something. I mean, why on earth is the sheriff's wife getting involved with the case? I mean, when I sorry, when when Candace was on Judy Ron, and you should have seen the look on Judy Ron's face when Candace told him that. He was gobsmacked. He asked her to repeat it several times because he was absolutely floored that a person who is supposed to be, well, it could be Benton, it might be election time, because you get saying, who contacted you, Candace? And she said, the sheriff's wife. And then she said, we also found out that the sheriff's wife knew information about things that had gone on with the case that we didn't even know. I mean, talk about bedroom talk. I mean, we all know it happens with, law enforcement partners, but surely the parents should know before the wife does.
Yeah, they did a
Um,
messy job with him. Oh, oh, yeah, they did a
did you?
messy job in this case.
Oh, it, I mean, what's really irritating, Candace, and I totally agree with it, is Box Elder County Sheriff's Department has a lot of resources at their disposal that they can utilize, but they're not utilizing them. And that's what's frustrating, Candace. And I totally understand that.
But
Um,
I mean, what happened with the Equisearch?
okay, EquiSearch, I think it's happening today or tomorrow. They're bringing in uh, drones, and it's all being organised as we speak, which is great. And Candace also mentioned that they're going back to the beginning and starting using more dogs, uh, and doing a fan out from the farm and fanning out and doing another search, utilizing more dogs.
All right, let's
Yeah,
show them the property, Kaz, real
okay,
quick with the just so they can get an idea of how he's like surrounded by.
sure.
And
All
I'm
right.
still trying to figure out who the grumpy man is to the west.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know who the grumpy man is, but according to Candace, there are some really strange individuals that live out there.
We actually
Okay.
found a man that lives
Oh,
in
yeah.
Lucin, and we'll show you the article. Remind me, and he lives in
Oh,
an airplane hangar from Russia. Like he escaped the war, and he's now living in a hangar in Lucin. I would
yeah.
love to talk to him.
Yeah, me too. Okay. With a huge amount
Hey, Cat
of
Eyes.
searching, we actually found,
Yeah, we were determined to find this.
yeah, this box here that I'm just going around is the Rounds family farm. Now, this here, along here, is the railroad that is now defunct. But I will just go out now. I'll just, my mouse move.
So
Oh,
with
wrong
four
way, Kaz.
boxes to the left is the Nevada border.
Yeah. So this is a huge amount of properties that are out there.
Yep.
So when we first found this, and I started scrolling in and going in and going in, and then I found, I'm just waiting, my phones must be lagging. Is it come up on your screen, Ma?
Benson. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. So we found exactly where his farm is. I told
Yeah,
you that like when we were watching the video, I'm like, okay, west 10 miles, east to the 5.
yes,
Poor Kaz was like, I'm not stopping until I find this address. There's not even an address; it's a parcel.
no, no.
Okay, let's go on maps.
Has the other one come up, Ma?
This one.
Oh, you're on there. Okay, you're sharing your screen. Okay. You
Mm-hmm.
kicked me out. I'm wondering why am I not coming?
So,
Kick me out.
well, the tower, the tower that the cell phone
Pinged.
tower was right about here that he pinged off of that tower.
Mm,
And let's find this. Okay, and this right here. Too bad we can't get on the roads.
yeah,
But this right here is his land.
yeah. That.
You can see the tracks on the seating. And then down here is the pond that he built.
Yeah,
I guess that's a camper. I don't know. But this is where he was living and farming
yeah.
in the
Correct.
middle of freaking nowhere. I mean, look at this place. And where do I think he is? I think he is over here somewhere in the wash,
Yeah. That
unfortunately.
that's that was one of his mum's concerns was that what they call the wash is
Mm.
where it rains. The the type of soils that they have around there, it's a mixture of dirt and sand. And when the rains happen, it becomes like a very treacherous, slushy type thing that caves in on itself. And it is quite treacherous. And they found tracks leading up to the wash, and you could see the tracks. Whoever was driving up there was having trouble keeping traction, and it was the vehicle that was traveling up there was kicking out, doing the back end was kicking out. And that was another thing that his mum um, is very
The four
concerned
wheel
about.
drive was not working, and it was in four wheel drive. The car was power washed, and it was locked.
Yeah,
Somebody literally probably. I mean, I hate to say it, but whoever did what they did, I don't know why the boots were 5 miles in the
from his
back. Like that's
campsite.
bizarre.
Yeah, yeah. The
But
thing
they
with his
dropped
vehicle
him
was,
off, and they came back and power washed the truck with his power washer. And she said
yeah,
that he had to do it up by the pond because they would run the hose into the water.
correct. Yeah,
There's no
and
other water.
they didn't clean out the front wheel wells, so it
Mm-mm.
was caked in this almost cement type mud that binds. Because when the water and the dirt and the sand compacts, it's almost like concrete.
And it just falls off. She said like in tons and tons, like just
Yeah,
collapses like mudslides.
yeah.
So this is where he went to go eat and hang out the last time he was seen. Was at
And
this
the
cute
reason
little
he goes
bar.
there, guys, is because it's the only decent place to get a decent feed.
There's nowhere else to get any food.
No.
I mean, he's 20 minutes to this place, or he's 2 hours to go on the other side of the Salt Lake to go into like Bridgeton or any of those places.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's desolate. I mean, as soon as you get out of Montello, I'll go back into the aerial and show you guys. Like, as soon as you get out of there and you
It's
go
just,
into Lucin, this is it. Nothing.
yeah.
Now, here, let's talk about this little place on the left where he used to work. I'm convinced that this is Independence Valley Farm. Kaz.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can easily find that out now we know.
Oh, nope, that's the Win Cup Gamble Ranch.
Oh,
But that's it. And then straight across over this little ridge, the cell phone was right about here at the tower.
yes. Yeah, it's on the just off the tip of Bald Eagle Mountain.
Yep, crazy. It's right about here. And then he's down over here, right about in this white patch area.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say, and all as I can do is pray. No, Shredder. Whoever took him in the truck, I guess power washed him. But Candace's mother is 4'11". Okay,
Yeah.
she said that she had a problem getting into the seat. I truly believe that they either did that to throw her them off, or they pulled the seat forward to maybe look in the back.
Yeah, because she said even they even thought about the fact that it's a 2015 model truck, and some of the trucks is uh, are made so that the truck moves back to give you space to get in and out of the truck. So when she drove the truck back, um, and she turned off the engine, it did. She marked. Sorry, go back a step, Karen. She marked in the dust where the seat was positioned when she got in, because she didn't think about when she got in that she
I
could
mean, look
easily
at
fit
that,
into
Kaz,
the seat.
right
I
there. Look
know,
at that little speck
I know,
on the map where his farm is.
I know.
Because now the south is at our top.
He's worked so darn hard to make that barren soil fertile. So darn hard.
So what again was 5 miles to the east?
Okay, from his camp where he sleeps to where the grain, I keep saying grain, stop it, Karen, where his seed is housed in the truck, it is 5 miles.
Look at how scary that is. It's only 4 miles down that road from his little tiny farm where you are actually in the salt flats in the wash.
Yeah.
Huh. Sad. I hope they can find him.
Oh, me too. Me too.
So we're still trying to figure out who Chase is. Does anyone? I mean, I can't figure out who Chase is. We know the rumor of the owner of the bar is not Chase because we figured out the owner of the bar is, what was her name? Pendleton?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a rumor
Sherry.
going around.
Cherry Pendleton.
Yeah, there was a rumor that Kurt was the owner of the bar in Montefello,
The
but
bar.
we checked who the owner was, and Kurt is definitely not the owner. Cherry Pendleton is, so I don't know where that came from.
Unless Kurt and Cherry Pendleton are a couple.
True, true, true. But when you look
Benton,
up
this
who the owner
kid,
of the bar is, his name doesn't appear.
Benton, you could be right. Or you have to remember that Grandpa, this used to be Grandpa's farm. Well, he still owns it, Grandpa and Grandma, on the
Yeah,
father's side, Justin's parents,
yeah.
who the boy lives with them because Justin still lives at home with mommy and daddy. But, anyways, this kid has nurtured this land, Benton. Like you can't even imagine what this kid has
Yeah.
done. Building ponds, planting trees. He was getting ready to feed the pond with fish.
Hmm.
Don used to work on the farm for his grandfather, right, Kaz?
Well, he worked on the farm. Yeah.
Okay. So then when Justin got the share, I mean, when Dylan got the share, Don became Dylan
He
became
didn't
Don's
like taking
boss.
orders from a 19-year-old.
Exactly. So he fired Don 2 weeks ago because he was fixing a washer instead of washing his clothes in a bucket, and Don was mad that he wasn't working on the pump that was more important. So Dylan fired him,
Hmm.
and then boom, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, he's missing.
Yeah.
No, Pamela, his grandpa still has the land.
It's still in his name. When you look up on the county information, it still shows his grandpa's name on there.
Yeah, Larry Rounds owns the 640 acres that we just showed you. That is
Hmm.
640 acres.
Hmm.
And like we show you, if you go on the farm, this little speck right here, the middle of nowhere, here's obviously where he's seeding.
Yes.
Here is where he's living. This is the little
Hmm.
pond I guess he built.
Hmm.
He was nurturing the land. Yes, Benton, he was. He was excited about it. True little
Sure
farmer
was.
at heart.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm convinced. Like, I am just thinking now it's definitely a recovery. And I think that they probably got Chase and Jim on charges because remember though what the mom said too is that they were actually treating it as a homicide and the mom didn't even know.
Well, yeah, Candace said in an interview that she heard that from June 1st that they actually started treating Dylan's case as a homicide. But she's
Jesus.
only mentioned that once.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't mentioned that again. So whether she did a fraudulent slip, I don't know. But nothing else has been mentioned about that at all.
I
So,
mean, look at this. I mean, if you have to remember though, I am convinced with they're doing that interview. I If I could find that loop right now, guys, I found the loop. Kaz, but I can't find it. Only Kaz can find it now. If you can understand that, because I can't understand it. Maybe Kaz can pull it up. But there's a little loop down here off of
Yeah,
this
it's
West
near
Little
the
Pigeon Road
yeah,
somewhere.
it's near the sun
And that's where I
sun
believe
tunnels.
the parents give the interview
Yeah, it's near
by
the
the
sun
sun
tunnels.
tunnels. Those were
Mhm.
interesting. Kaz
Um,
put on the Facebook group about the sun tunnels because as we were looking for his property like crazy people, because I was determined to find it, we found these crazy sun tunnels. How long were those sun tunnels? Like Kaz put on the
oh
group, did they check the sun tunnels?
yeah, they
Concrete
cover.
piping in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, it was really interesting
Let
to
me
actually
find it.
read. This lady Holt, she bought all this 40-acre property to put these four tunnels that at during the winter solace and the summer solace, the sun actually sits right in the symmetrical in the middle of these tunnels. And
Right
I'm
here.
thinking, wow, you've got too much money to have these
Come on, zoom in.
four, four concrete pipes sitting on. There they go.
There they are,
That's
Kaz.
there they
Look.
are. Yep.
And
Just
how
so
long
you
were,
can
but they're like crazy long,
18.
like 30
Yeah.
feet?
Yeah. So you
So
can
as soon
see
as
the
we saw
sun
those
coming
tunnels,
through.
we're like, Kaz, did they search the tunnels? And Kaz was right to the mom's Facebook group. Like, did you guys search the sun
Yeah.
tunnels?
Yeah. There was a big Memorial Day celebration with a lot of people down there on that weekend. So
Yeah, Pamela. Grandpa gave him some shares in this farm, but it's still in the 640 is still in Grandpa's name. But Justin is now in charge of the farm. So, yes,
Dylan,
that's how he was able to
she keeps
fire
saying Justin. She's
Chase.
confused.
I mean, Dylan. There was someone else that I kept calling another name on another case, and I just couldn't get it right.
That's all good. We know what you mean.
The population, Benson? That's a good question. I'm probably going to say 20. Let me go check.
Okay.
I
Are you talk?
wanted to play a little bit of the mom's interview on sleep at the end.
Okay. Do you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, you know what? But because I can't, I'm trying to think. Let me drop her link in chat too. But I'm
Okay.
trying to think. I wanted to go to the end when she's talking about where she wanted to clarify what was that last rumor. I think it might have been Chase and the $30,000 check that was already cashed.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, there
That
was a
30,000.
rumor circulating. He, it was more. It, there was a rumor circulating that somebody had hurt Dylan because he was walking around with this very large check in his wallet. So,
32,000.
yeah. So Candace wanted to, dispel and put the facts out there. So, did Dylan have a large check? Yes, he did. What was it from? It was from the work that he'd done on another property. Uh, the check was banked and cleared into Dylan's bank account, and Dylan was utilizing those funds to pay his bills and to buy seed and yada yada yada. So
All
he
right.
wasn't carrying it around, it was already in his bank account.
I think it says the population is one.
Yeah, the area, as per Candace, is filled with
It's
unaccounted
known
for people, per se.
Lucin,
Um,
Box, Elder County. There must have been 100 of them bunched up together like it was Memorial Day sales at Macy's. None of them had masks on. Cows. Population of one. A lonely dirt road 5 miles off a lonely paved road in the northwest corner of Utah, where we bought gas for $1.85 a gallon.
oh, wow.
It says the
I
population
wish.
of Lucin is one, founded by four people and abandoned in the 1990s.
Uh,
It's all farmland.
yeah. Even Dylan doesn't live there on a regular basis. He only goes there and works there during the farming season. Any other time, commutes between his mum's place or his dad's place. Nobody really lives there 24, 365 days of the year.
Mm-mm. It's all farmland except for the Tanner. You've
Yeah,
got
the
up.
Tanner Farms, yeah.
Let me show you guys up in the Creek area. That's where people live.
Yeah, the Goose
There's
Creek.
people that have big farms. The Turner farm surrounds his farm, which makes me think, does he want that farm? Let me get to the north. Up in here in Goose Creek, right over that border. Where are we? I'm going to be able to give you directions in Lucin without even looking at the map.
Well, I was directing you all the way from Australia.
What was it called? Elko? No, not Elko. Eton?
Eton, Etna,
Elton? Let's go to Goose.
Goose Creek.
Yeah, this is where they might live. I went to, oh, look at that. There's one in Idaho too.
Yeah,
But now the mom says, like, his phone was last pinged in on his farm within that 15.4 mile radius, which we showed, which his farm is there. The corner of it's actually there. When was that?
yeah.
3:40 or something on the 28th?
3:41 in the afternoon.
On the 28th of May.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the border coming across the line, and then up here is mapped at the roads, like where Dylan lives over here. So right above the 30 is Etna and Goose Creek. This area, people actually have big farms and they live,
Yeah,
like this area right here.
yeah. That's it. Tanner Farms.
The big Tanner farm. Now, this man Tanner, he actually owns 3 corners surrounding the property on Dillon. So then you have to
Hmm.
ask, is it over the property?
No, Tan
It's
the
Dawn.
Tanners
I'm
have owned that
convinced.
property for donkey's years, decades.
The new Mountain Dew sucks. I'm in love with the new Coca-Cola Starlight. I think I get one like once a week. I think it tastes almost like a cream soda with a cotton candy taste.
Blech.
All
Every
right, you
time
want to
you
pull
say
up
that, oh,
mom's thing real quick on Sleuth Mom and I'll drop her link?
yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah, like at the 25 point. I think it's like the last 10 minutes where she really clarifies a few things. And then poor little Harmony.
Oh,
I was convinced that Kayla was talking.
mm, wish, wishful thinking.
I mean, at the end of the day, you have to think. I mean, you know that Adam's probably going to be spending the rest of his life in prison. You don't think you would want to spend the rest of your life in prison, but what if she actually did have something to do with it
Mm.
or help in covering it? You know?
Mm.
Exactly, Shredder. Especially out in the middle of this area. Like, who on God's earth, with a population of one, look at the size of that farm.
It's huge. It's huge.
Population of one, and you're going to think that you're going to drive this kid somewhere and get away with it.
Nah, not gonna happen.
No, it's not. But the problem is too is that you're struggling with two state, not only two counties, you're struggling with across the border. Hey Jennifer, you're struggling with across the border into different counties and different states. But Box Elder, which is Nevada, Montello side, mom said that they've been really helpful. Kaz, what are you doing over there?
Well, for some reason, I was signed in as you. so I'm going to sign it as me.
You can
Sorry
sign in
about
as
that.
me. Just
Yeah.
don't like talk
No,
dirty to people or anything. Like I'm gonna have to owe them a favor or something.
I
That's
thought,
all
no,
you.
I better be me.
That's all
Better,
you. Yeah, I would
better
love to
not,
talk to Justin's mom.
yeah,
I mean, there's not even an address for this poor kid. Like, this is just a complete agricultural farming parcel zoned in the middle of freaking nowhere with the
yeah.
salts in the wash 5 miles to the east. I honestly didn't realize it was that close until I looked today going for the 5 miles looking for the grumpy old man. Unless he's living in a tent in the wash. They're not talking 5 miles east of his farm because there's no 5 miles east, Kaz. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's
Well,
not even
you
a
are.
road there.
No, there's not. And you have to go through, what, two or three properties, did I say, to
Mm-hmm.
actually get to,
Hey, Kimmer.
uh,
Yeah, it's not even.
get
You
to
have to
his
go through
property.
these people's properties, and the Tanner farm owns to the to the west of him and a little bit to the south, and of course he's got much more property all around. But it seems to be like only 4 or 5 people that own the property in that
Yeah,
northwest corner of Utah.
yeah. Now, what part of Sleuth Mom's video do you want me to pull it up to?
I don't know. Maybe was it like the last 10 when the mom clarifies like the money and all of that stuff. But you're
Well,
gonna
she
have to
took.
stop it, Kaz.
Yes, I understand that. Okay, I'll do it from the truck so
Can you
people will
guys
hear
hear the
that.
humming now, Kaz? You hear it? I can feel it.
No.
My couch is like, oh. I had it so
Uh,
close to the RV, guys, that it was actually, I think it was, the noise was coming through because it was actually making the RV like vibrate a little bit. Kaz, you would have loved it.
what are you trying to say? How rude.
Ah, that only happens in the summer, guys. Sorry to tell you. It's too cold in the winter for her to pull that stuff off. What's the Lucin, Benton? Lucin, Lucin. But I'm not convinced that that's the address to the parcel. I think it might be, what is it, Kaz?
It's Wendover.
Wendover. Wendover.
Yeah,
Wendover.
yeah. Wenover. Depends on how you actually want to pronounce it. All right, here we go. You ready? You ready for me?
I'm ready, Kaz.
Okay, here we go. Just mute it.
That's a
All right,
secret, though, guys. That only happen. Yeah, only in the summer when you hear that. That's the 9 volt.
all right. Can
Kaz
you
doesn't
mute
even hear
yourself?
me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just spilling. Hang on a minute.
I think I actually left a comment under that video.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's a sad story.
I'm spilling. Why am I spilling?
I don't get why you can't search a county jail by the first name. Like that just to me blows my mind. That you
Right.
can't okay, here
So
we
so
go.
that was
Here we
what
go.
anyway, so long story short, nothing led to that. Dylan.
All right, can you hear that?
Yeah, go back a couple of minutes because you can hear her. I love when she lights her cigarette like 3 times.
All right, let me go back.
This is where she starts get you can tell that she's irritated and she's
Yeah.
over the lies and the what ifs and the what if that she's got to stick to the
All
facts.
right, I'll start at the 10-minute mark. I'll play it from there.
And don't listen to you. I mean, there's Right. and I have been straight up honest, and I will stand my ground. I am not scared to call out the police departments, any of the sheriff's office, anybody who's working on this case, they will not appease me. They will not come out and shake hands and kiss babies. They will not make me be quiet with a tad bit of information. I need to know what the heck is going on and why this is still being treated the way it's being treated.
And I think that's very commendable of Candace standing the ground on this. A lot of mums wouldn't have the confidence to be able to do this, but
Yeah, she's
I
strong.
give kudos to Candace for doing that.
She's a cattle rancher. I bet you she's tough as nails. And
Yeah,
also, it's amazing how fast. I mean, it went from this interview, leaving this interview to Nancy Grace to
yeah,
Dateline, and then meeting with EquiSearch the next day.
yeah.
Hey,
Brian
RC
Eaton.
man.
Yeah, she's done
Benton,
well.
the population is one.
Yeah,
Lucin,
it's huge, huge.
Lucin, in Wendover, Utah.
Yeah.
Nobody lives there. They come, they plant. They've got some people checking and doing things, but someone's got to live there to make sure the crops are being watered and stuff.
Yeah, but they are only there for that period of time. There's no permanent residence per se. They're transient. They're there for a short period of time, do what they've got to do during the
I
planting
agree.
and harvesting, and then
I
they
agree,
go.
RC. I think he's about 6 miles to the east, where unfortunately the wash begins. I hate to say that, but why? Here's what I don't get. Okay, let's just say that the person's like, "Yeah, let's pull the seat up," and why do you take off the boots and throw them behind the dirt pile? Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand that. Why were the boots not on Dylan? Like, what are your
yeah.
thoughts on that? Is that like to try to throw someone off, or was that like they were dragging him through the mud and his boots came off?
Well, that just shows you how stupid they are. Because if anything, they shouldn't have done that if they wanted people to think that he'd just gone off on his own. Because he wouldn't have. Everybody knows you wouldn't have taken your boots off because you've got the rough terrain.
Not in that terrain.
Yeah, you've got snakes out there. You've got scorpions out there.
A lot of rock out there. Talking right off the edge. It's definitely rocky. It's definitely and those like the salt flat area that we read about, like that little crevasse, like that thing is deep. Like that's what the mom said. Candace said people told her if you want to get rid of somebody, you bring them to the wash. That made my
Exactly.
skin crawl. Like the hair on my
Yeah.
neck stood up.
Yeah.
I agree, RC man. I agree with you. I
Yes,
don't think there's too
Bridget.
many migrants out there, Benson. I think these are people that actually work their farm.
Yeah. Yeah, Bridget Jones, Ellie have done some searches, but not enough. They haven't utilised the resources that they have. Um, and Candace is now going to get in contact with the FBI field office. She's not sure if she needs to contact Salt Lake City or the Nevada um, FBI office, but she's definitely going to get in contact with the FBI. All right, I'll continue with this video.
Jess, drop your link to your channel. All right, let me mic down so I don't get punched in the throat.
Oh, stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay, so somebody in the questions is asking, how tall is Don? Now, we did address this in the last live. He's not a short man, is he?
no, he's not tall. I mean, 5'8", 5'9", but he's a big guy. He couldn't have been
Wait,
driving the
Cass,
pickup.
pause
He
that
couldn't
for a
have gotten
second.
into the
This is
pickup.
a great comment.
Yep, yep.
Read the comment, Kaz.
Have they not worn his boots to leave his footprints? Maybe as he's been walking about still. Okay, Bridget, that was what one of the things that his mum addressed. It had rained on the Saturday, and this has been confirmed by some people that were actually camping down at the sun tunnels. It not only rained, she said she wouldn't call it a real downpour, but it was quite
Serious.
heavy rains. So it
Muddy.
was a serious amount of rains. And that's why they were shocked when they saw that Dylan's truck was so clean.
And
And
locked.
there was no tracks at all from the truck.
Nope.
Like the truck was sat and with no tracks leading to where it was parked or leading away from where it was parked. There was no boot prints from where the truck was or this where the seed truck was. So if they were trying to show footprints from his boots leading away or to somewhere, they did a very bad job of doing it. You're welcome, Bridget. No problems. Can I continue?
Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
But that's interesting. Could you
That
imagine
makes
those
sense.
two guys trying to walk with Dylan's boots, leaving the footprints? Like, I don't get why the boots are off of him. Like, that's just so weird to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good thinking. You've got to think of different scenarios, Bridget. Yeah, budget. I mean, not budget. What's the name of the road that his camper is located over? Well, his camper's not located off a named road per se. His camper is off a dirt track that goes through two different properties that leads to a road. If you understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry about. Uh, Come on, be nice. I've paused it too many times and it doesn't like me now.
Restart your computer.
No, I'm not restarting my computer. It'll take forever. You're not listening to me at all.
Why don't yeah, just try closing YouTube and opening up a new browser. That might do it, or I'll play it.
Okay.
I'll show you again. Like, let me show you guys again where this poor kid lives. So, I mean, if he's RC, I get what you're saying. He could be, but if he is, then he's on somebody's property.
Yeah.
That's the sad part, because if that's the case, then he is on somebody's property.
I remember where it was on the.
Hang on, guys. Monkey's talking. Hang on 1 second, guys.
You're right. I can hear her. Mom, come get me, Mom. All right. I'm ready to rock and roll. Yeah, I have done Benton. That's where I'm opening it from. I always
Hang
open
on a
YouTube
second.
from
My
Google.
mom is booking me an airline ticket to Palm Beach. I don't know what's going on right now, but I think I'm going to Palm Beach.
Lucky you.
I'm not going to Palm Beach. I can't even walk on my ankle. I'm in a damn air cast.
I know you are.
All right, so let's look at this again. RC.
All right.
RC. Real
So
fast.
yeah, I'm ready to
Okay.
rock and roll
RC.
again.
This is no 1 second, Kaz.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna. Okay, go.
RC, this is the farm. This is where Dylan was living. That's the pond, the camper. This is where the seeds were going. If we go to the east, even if we go, let's measure some distance. That is 3 miles. Kaz, who own? We have to look to see who owns the property to the east.
Sure. The property
This
to
right
the
here
east.
is 1 point. Wait, why am I
It's
total
owned by
distance?
the Olsons.
1.17 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, okay, let's say 2 miles. I think he's over here somewhere.
If you go closer to the wash,
Mm-hmm. Off of this road, and that's the road that the loop is off of. The wash is right here, Kaz.
yeah, I know where the wash is.
The start of the wash would be exactly 4.67 miles from his house. And that's where the wash starts. I mean, you can
Well,
see the ridges where the
yeah, you
the mud
can.
just falls off in tons. Yeah, I'm sad to say that's where I think he is. Unfortunately, I couldn't even imagine being the mom. All right, let's talk about Harmony, Kaz, and then we're gonna have to wrap it up because I have things I have got to do.
Yeah,
Let me find the conclusion, the 30-second video, real quick on today with Harmony.
you've got to make sure you're not being hoisted off to Palm Beach.
Right, I'm going to Palm Beach, guys.
And she didn't offer to take me. How rude. Bit rough. Hi, iconic.
Hey, girl, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't want to go to Palm Beach right now. It's too hot. So, 5 miles, guys, to the right is where the danger zone starts.
Yeah,
And that railroad track used to run right through that. That is crazy.
yeah. There must be some stable ground for
I
it to
mean,
run
look at
over.
that. I mean, can you imagine how deep these crevices are?
Mm,
I mean, can you imagine how deep they are? I mean, look at them. It's just like cracks and mud and what is
yeah,
this?
it's the waterways. So,
Mm-hmm. I mean, they could have went down the tracks, Kaz. That's even
oh, yeah,
scary thought.
yeah,
I mean, think about it. They could have gotten on those tracks and took those tracks. Who knows how far they went? But that's where they need to search,
yeah.
in my own
Uh,
opinion.
budget. They. It's like a unwritten thing for everybody because
No,
all their properties
better stop. Ugh.
overlap each other. So, like, um, because there's no roads that go in between their property lines, they all use their own boundaries to go between their properties, if you understand what I mean. It's very
Iconic,
silly.
iconic will answer you with the table salt story she sent me the other day. I was like, oh God. Yep. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up on this little conclusion to Harmony. I'm really upset. I thought Kayla was talking. I thought that we were definitely. You know what? Something still might come of it.
Well, they never actually, they said they wouldn't disclose where their information came from that led them to getting, going and investigating this apartment.
You know what? And the other thing could be, I mean, it could be the complete other way around, and Kayla could be telling them exactly what she does know,
Yeah,
and maybe she doesn't really know anything.
yeah.
But I never thought about that until right now, Kaz. You know, they could have driven down those tracks. I don't know how good the ties are on those tracks,
I don't know. We haven't gone close to it because it
but we know that
floats.
the tracks are just north of his property.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
It's a little tiny speck on the map, and I know exactly where it is now.
we do.
Right there. There's the farm. All right, let's watch this. This breaks my heart. I would love to stab Adam in the eye with a toothpick.
You've said that so often.
Hi, a better internet experience is finally here. With Fidium Fiber Internet, you get ultra-fast gig speed.
In Manchester, state officials say they have ended a search on Union Street related to missing Harmony Montgomery. You saw this as breaking news first on News 9 yesterday. Several agencies gathered at an apartment early yesterday morning where Harmony's father used to live. They spent the entire day on site but have not said what they were looking for or what they found. Sources tell News 9 that new information from someone close to the investigation led those crews to that apartment.
Kayla was rearrested. When was she arrested, Kaz?
That was last week. She was
Mhm.
rearrested on
But
perjury for the grand jury.
in chat, she says that there's a rumor that I'm looking right now that she was arrested yesterday.
I haven't seen that, to be
Well,
honest.
I'm looking right now on Vine link. Hang on, guys. And here goes the monkey. The legs are broken, Mom.
Shredder, you go for it, darling. By all means.
Yes, Shredder, make sure you're at the next live because I was trying to do something and I couldn't do it. And then Kaz was always yelling at me
How
with my
rude, I
sore
don't
foot.
yell. Well, be honest, sweetheart. Tell them why I was. We own it.
God. We can't look now, guys. They're testing my patience today.
Oh no! The site is down for maintenance. Mark's going to have withdrawals.
So those are my thoughts on Dylan. I'm going to stay up with EquiSearch and see what happens with that. But my mind is sadly convinced that's where he's at, and that one of those four musketeers have something to do with it. And we'll figure out who they are. Give us another day or so. We're close. We're close to the four musketeers trail.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else?
All right.
Summerwell's missing a year today. I dropped the video, guys.
Yeah. I must get to watch that.
And what else? A year. Huh.
I know. That's sad.
And we got Michael Vaughn Monkey coming up next month for his year. Unbelievable.
Mm.
Everyone, thank you for coming in. Kaz, thank you like always. Hey, Julian.
Hi, Julian.
Exactly, Julian. You know what, Julian? I never thought about that until I was just looking at the map and trying to figure out because the mom keeps talking about 5 miles to the east.
Yeah.
So, 5 miles to the east from his property, you are actually in the wash.
Yeah.
Salt flats, wash, whatever you guys want to call it. The danger zone. But why were the boots gone? Like, why were the boots off? That
Yeah,
part is
this
so
is really
bizarre.
weird. That is really weird.
Really weird. Hey, Kimmer, thank you. I'm almost back, guys. I almost got into the apartment, but I missed the letter. And we had to go through a whole thing. And Connor's like, you have to reapply. I'm like, no. Here's the email. So Connor put me back on the front of the apartment list to get in. So
Yeah.
that's good news. Power will come and the apartment will come all at once. It's the way it always happens.
It sure will be.
All right, guys, I'm totally getting high off the fumes, and I'm gonna go turn off my generator. We'll be live in a couple days, and see what's new with Lena. Got to do a little investigating on a few things that I figured out. Like for one, the last name being Khil. I'm convinced that it's Khel.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that on a Lena video. And Pamela ETA in her that one. Hey Pamela, hi, how are you? Give me a call sometime if you want to talk.
Be careful what you wish for.
I've offered her to call me. She won't call me.
I know.
I'm like, give me a call. Like, you know what, Pamela? It's not like I'm making stuff up. I'm sorry, but you're a petty little thief. Just you're director and the dog searcher. It's just the way it is. All right, guys, have a great day. Iconic, we miss you too.
Yeah.
Iconic, am I allowed to tell everybody now what's going on, or do I have to still keep my mouth closed? Can we
Say
announce
yes or
it?
no.
Well, I know she's gonna say yes because what I said too is I want to have a little party for her on here. Okay.
You can tell.
Iconic is having
Yay!
a baby, guys. Iconic is having a baby. She is pregnant with her baby. I'm not gonna tell you how many babies she has, but she's having a baby,
Yeah.
and she's due in I think she's 6 months. Iconic, 5.5 months,
Yeah, she's 25 weeks.
25 weeks. Got a little
Yeah.
baby in the oven.
She's having a baby girl.
Bring your own bottle.
Yep.
I figured maybe like I told her, just put together maybe a little Amazon thing. Let's just have
Yeah.
a little online party for her.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, she's having a baby, a little crying baby.
Woo, woo.
All right, everyone, have a great rest of your week. Stay vigilant and keep your baby safe.
Love ya.
Love you, Kaz. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I think I need therapy, Kaz.
Oh, you and I both.
I think I'm going to need a padded room after this experience. All right, bye, guys.